Everybody, time for another video. Got a new tour update. Haven't been in the garage yet. That refrigerator was here when we got here. We cleaned it, been using it. That's our kitchen table. That's what we've been cooking with. Garage is kind of where we've been doing everything. Doors, another stove, pile of garbage, dishwasher and fans back there. There's the giant refrigerator. Got to make new panels for that. That pile of boxes there is the flooring. This pile of boxes here is most of the kitchen, or half of the kitchen. Got to put that together. Toilets and fans. There's our stove. Extra table saw and a payphone. That was all in the basement. My stupid old tractor that won't start. Made me carry everything by hand today. Did some yard work, finished it up. We had a real nice day. Probably the last one we're going to get, so we got the rest of the shrubs and bushes out. And we got 6 yards of dirt brought in and graded the property all the way around the house, and then put up this temporary plastic skirting just for the winter. Hopefully that'll keep the spring runoff from running back into the house until we can get some real landscaping done next year. There was also a very big depression in the yard there from, I don't know, the yard grass sank from putting in a water main or something, so filled that in too. So we had to do this plastic all the way around the house, about 4 feet out. And it doesn't really look like it, but it does have a slope to it. Should drain away from the house until we can get it fixed permanently. This room actually got cleaned. Cleaned the floors in here. We got the kitchen painted. We need to do the trim, but we're happy with the color. Drywall's all finished. We're holding off on the trim and the second coat because the plumbers came in and I had to make a hole in the wall. But I think they're done in there. They should be back tomorrow to finish. This room gets carpet Tuesday. This room is the bad bathroom, and plumber's got to finish replacing that drain in the sewer stack tomorrow. I think they're coming tomorrow. No more popcorn ceiling. That was a big job to take down. Actually, it wasn't hard to take down. It was just a huge mess, and it actually left us with a pretty reasonable finish. We got to sand it a little bit and obviously patch that, but generally speaking, popcorn ceiling came down successfully. Moving some heat vents. I'm switching the cold air and the heat vents from one side of the room to the other. This was the heat up here, and I'm going to make it the cold air, so I'm going to have it come in the bottom instead. And then the vents at the bottom of the window will be heat instead of cold air. So I got to do a little duct work to make that top be the bottom and then fill the hole. These two rooms will also be getting carpet Tuesday. Plumbers fixed one drain stack, one drain for me, so that's good. A little drywall patch to do. And the kitchen is a big, or the living room, what is this, dining room? This room is a huge mess because everything's just in there. A lot of pressure washer to do the basement, and I know it kind of looks like crap, but blew all the paint off. Anything loose is gone, which is fantastic. And it took me 2 days, but I pressure washed the entire basement floor, walls. I did the ceiling joists. I rinsed on top of all the furnace ductwork. I did everything I could to get all the traces of mouse and dust and mouse smell out of here. I must have found another dozen mice. All the insulation that was blocked up in these joists, there was a mouse nest in every single one of them. That doesn't look much better, but it is better. I got another day to wait for it to finish drying up down here. It still feels a little damp, probably too wet to be painting. You can see I started spraying some of the ceiling with the primer, and I got this wall done, most of it anyway. But now that I've got the basement cleaned, I can paint the whole thing. So I'm just going to run through this entire room with primer and do the ceiling and all of the walls. Man, that's a lot of paint, isn't it? Yeah, it's a big room. But it's going to look a lot better. All of these disgusting areas on the walls will go away. And it's going to be nice and bright white. Like this other side over here. Nice and clean, nice and bright. That's just primer, so I'll get a coat of actual paint on it. Disregard that giant crack in the wall. It's fine, don't worry about it. And there's the bad sewer stack, or what's left of it. Plumber should be here tomorrow to finish that, replace that guy, and also replace, well, there was a sewer stack here. You can just see the stump there. But they'll have to put this one back and get a drain for the washing machine. So that's that. There's my little pressure washer. That was 150 bucks. That was a good deal. That thing did really well. My back's a little sore from being bent over for 2 days, but. And that's the debris pile. I still have to do something with that. I'm not looking forward to it. That's a horrible mess. So anyway, part of the room is gross. The rest of it is looking pretty good. Get it dried out. Get some paint in here. Make it look much, much better. Well, there we go. That's the update. Thanks for checking in.